Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing City Folk. Why do we have mail? I'm gonna need to... Right, snowman. I'm smart. Let's just start tossing snowman letters. 'Cause we don't need all these snowman letters. I legit forgot that I had built a perfect snowman yesterday. Snowman bed. Cool. It'll keep us cool. This is what I need in the middle of winter. Yeah, I really don't know much what to talk about today. I will note I am still moving forward on attempting to work out how I'm going to do videos from Pokemon Showdown. Hey, here's one of our snowballs. Okay. That one was easy to find. Don't know where the other one is. Maybe it'll be down here too. Yeah, right now the format I'm looking at doing is playing battles and then commentating over them and explaining plays and what could have been done better on both sides during the battles. And I will probably be bouncing around tiers. Because, well, I tend to do that normally. Though I probably will not have much from Ubers, because Ubers is just an annoying place to have a complete battle. Like, out of probably about 30 games now, I have gotten probably 3 complete battles where the opponent didn't just forfeit, or it was just a gimmick team. And thus the battle was over in like 5 turns. 5 or 6 turns. So, yeah. It is really annoying. I kinda wish Ubers was a better place to play. Because I could imagine people like Ubers. Like, just given the variety of people I've run into. And a lot of people like the big legendaries, which fits with the people probably like Ubers, but it's just so impossible to get good games. Because either, like, also, this also plays into another kind of side note. Ubers is the worst game type, like, tier to play when you're depressed, because, well, it is full of people who will forfeit the moment you start to gain any amount of advantage. What's that? On turn 4 you've managed to KO one of their Pokemon? Forfeit. Like, that is legitimately how it tends to work out. And it's discouraging, honestly, especially when you're not already feeling like you're not allowed to be having fun, for people to literally not be allowing you to have any fun, really. I mean, there's one case I had today where it was turn 4. And basically, I'll give a brief breakdown of how the battle went. My lead was Aegislash, theirs was Primal Groudon. I'm not staying in on Aegislash against a Primal Groudon. On my team, I had a Rayquaza and a Primal Kyogre. The obvious switch is the Primal Kyogre, so I decided I was stopping and thinking about what I wanted to switch into. Because I suppose I also have a Giratina non-attack form. I forget what the other form is. Both forms are called, but the non-origin form. And I could have switched into it. I could have switched into the Rayquaza. I could have made the safe switch and switched into Kyogre, because I don't think Groudon gets anything for Kyogre. But I decided, okay, I'm gonna think about this, and I might have took half a minute, and they immediately turned the timer on, which already right there told me more about how they play than anything else, especially the fact that, you know, I switch into Rayquaza. They hit me with an eruption, it dealt about 30% damage, as is to be expected. And then, especially eruption coming from a Groudon, that was kind of funny. But, they then followed that up with switching into their Arceus. After taking an Earthquake, they did something else to me. I think they did another eruption, and then I hit their Primal Groudon with an Earthquake. Took it down to around 30% HP. They switch into their Arceus to take another Earthquake, which took it down to about 25% HP, because it was a Steel Arceus. To then, they extreme speeded and couldn't finish off my Rayquaza, which, after the second attack from the Groudon, was at like 30-some% HP. And then they forfeit, because they lost their Arceus. Their Steel Arceus to a Rayquaza. A Pokemon that if mine wasn't banded, I honestly would have just hit it with a V-Create. And then switched out. Like, Rayquaza is I think, the only Pokemon to naturally learn V-Create. And, of course, I'm gonna carry it. Oop, Rod wants some. Yo, you're a member of my fan club, right? Wanna buy some of my sweet merchandise? This thing's been in my room for a long time, so it's got a certain bold and musky smell to it. Anyway, this is an old playroom wall I had. Oh. Yeah, I'll take it. I know he's, you know, a pirate and all. I'm just gonna sell it, buddy. Oh, it's always been one of his favorites, but, I apologize, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm actually just looking around for our other snowball. But, like, it's battles like that that make me dislike Ubers. Because, literally, this is turn 4. There is no reason to be forfeiting now. Especially where my Rayquaza is at, like, 4% HP right now. Any other priority move is going to finish it off, and he has an Aegislash on his team. He has another priority move. And if his Aegislash didn't have Shadow Sneak, then there's really no reason to have the Aegislash there. Aegislash is a little too slow to be relying purely on non-priority moves. Especially when it's got to compete with things like Primal Kyogre, and Rayquaza, and Primal Groudon, and Arceus, and Giratina, and Deoxys, and, you know... You really can't be relying on just non-priority moves on an Aegislash. At least not if you want it to actually work. Watch. I'm gonna watch through this later and like see the snowball. And like not find it now. Here's another dig spot. Another fossil we don't need! I can just sell these. I don't even have to get them identified. But like, I used to really like Ubers. But back during, like, the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire days, people were not this quick to just forfeit. People would play out the game. I mean, it's something I've noticed is becoming more and more common. Oh, here it is. Okay. Work on getting this over to the other one. This will be the body. Like, I've been noticing it's becoming a more and more common thing as time goes on, that people just forfeit faster. And to a certain degree, I can understand it. And I say that because, you know, I myself, if, say, the opponent is just stalling, well, myself, I'll... Oh, jeez. Okay, I can't take that through there. There's a tree in the way. Eee. Just gotta go up and around. But, like, if an opponent's stalling, I'll tend to stall against them, like stall in picking up my moves, just to annoy them. Because, well, if they're pointlessly stalling. If they're, like, toxic stalling and I just don't have my answer to it anymore, I'll just quit there. Actually, occasionally I'll just let them finish, because it's rare a toxic stall actually works in Ubers. Because there's so many steel types around. Because a lot of people run Steel Arceus. There's Aegislash that just about everybody runs. You know, it's pretty hard to get a toxic... And there really isn't any toxic stall Pokemon, either. None that work well for Ubers. But, like, even me with, like, the limited time I have, I don't quit. Ever, really. I'll play out the game in case I can maybe get that lucky crit and win. Because you always have a chance of getting that lucky crit and pulling out the victory. Even if, you know, everything's been going against you the entire game. That's just kind of the thing with Pokemon. I mean, yeah, everyone hates crits when they work against them, but when they work for you, everyone loves them. But, like, I know multiple people, one of which is, you know, that literally has all the free time. They literally do not do anything. And they'll quit because, oh, you know... If someone even uses, like, recover, they'll just quit because, oh, well, they're just wasting time. No, they're playing smartly. I just left that gap there, so I had the ability to remove something I just said. Yeah. Like, this person, it's like, what do you even care about time for? You don't do anything. You have all of it. Perfect roundness! Okay, we've gotten this one before. He's gonna give us the title of... yeah. There really should be more comments for that. Yeah, there we go. We've built our snowman. I will admit I just cursed. And that is why I left myself a little gap there, so I know to look through the video and figure out why I left myself a gap. I'm also going to leave a note for myself, because I tend to edit after I get up. I'm going to leave a note for myself to edit out myself cursing. Take until I'm getting frustrated at things. Is when that starts slipping in. I do really apologize for that. As much as it's cut out and none of you guys hear it, but I still apologize for it slipping out. I should probably really identify the fossils still. Apparently they hold no value if they're not identified. That is kind of annoying. In New Leaf, they just have value. Okay. Yeah, like, I don't understand why people forfeit so easily. Like, I've legitimately run into it with, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. Like, playing on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. You'll have opponents that will go first, play out, like, more than half of their combo, and then forfeit, because they didn't draw into the cards they needed to finish their combo. So they just quit right there. And honestly, in my opinion, it seems a lot of the time because they just don't know how to play the deck if they don't draw an optimal hand. And like these won't be like OTK strategies. They'll be things like, you know, I'm trying to even think of an archetype that someone's done this to me with. You know what? One of them an opponent did it to me with was actually Sky Strikers. He legitimately played through like half of his combo and then just quit because he did something wrong, I guess. He was going first against me as a Shaddoll player. Shaddolls cannot make a good enough play to actually stand up to Sky Strikers. Especially because, well, yeah, they don't really need more than one special summon. They're one normal summon, one special summon, and a lot of spell cards. Like, that's just Sky Strikers in a nutshell. Now, if they Hornet Drone, I can shut them down immediately, because they can't do anything with that Hornet Drone unless they get rid of my fusion monster. But I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. I apologize if anyone watching this really doesn't care about Pokemon. But as I've mentioned to people before, this series has just kind of slowly become like a daily vlog to me. So I just kind of talk about things that are relevant to me. Also, a reminder. There is only going to be one more chance for anyone to recommend a KK song. So get that recommendation in ASAP. Like, you have a couple more days. The final time, unless KK gives us the song I want to hear on the next concert, the final concert will be me recommending a song. Let's keep lighting and putting out these fires. Yeah. But with that, I would like to remind people I do have a Patreon, should you wish to throw money at my face. If you don't want to, can't, or just simply couldn't care, that's perfectly fine, but there is a link in the description if you actually care and want to check it out, possibly throw money at me. But with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing City Folk. See you all then.